So, I've been debating about how to go about this for quite some time now, but what I really want to do here is tell you, everyone out there or whatever, how I know and why I know that God absolutely exists. Now, there's people that'll say, oh, you have to have faith and you have to have all that, and I agree 100%. Faith is the belief in something that you have no proof of. Well, me personally, I have absolute proof that God exists. It's a little thing I'd like to call gravity, and we all have to agree that gravity exists, right? I mean, Isaac Newton pretty much proved it. If an apple falls out of a tree, it falls straight to the ground. If anything falls, it falls straight to the ground and at a constant rate. Basically, even if you take a feather and a rock and put them in a vacuum so that there's no air resistance, the feather will fall at exactly the same rate as the rock. Now, in real life, of course, we don't live in a vacuum. So the rock will fall straight down, the feather will float. But just like the rock, people don't float. So that would be the main argument behind my, whatever you want to call it, my proof that God exists. Okay, so I am or used to be an avid rock climber, and I was at Red Rocks in Colorado with my cousin, and we decided to go rock climbing. So I located what rock climbers would call a chimney, where it's basically a just big crack in the rock that you climb up it by putting your back against one side and your feet against the other, and you just slowly work your way to the top. Well, we made it to the top of the chimney, and on the other side of that rock was a cliff face, kind of a L shape. So let's say there's a face that we're on and a face to the side over here to my right. And as we were ascending that cliff face using some minor hand and footholds, to get off of that, you would have to wedge your foot into this crack that was again over to my right. So the crack was, you had to get your foot in this crack so you could grab the handholds over there. So my cousin, who was always more prepared for just about anything than me, had specifically designed hiking boots that had gummy soles on them. So he was easily able to wedge his foot into that crack and get a hold of the handholds and make his way down to this little shelf that was a few feet down and over. So we're talking maybe 3 or 4 feet, or maybe 5 or 6 feet. I don't remember for sure, but not within my reach, and several feet down, so that he had to wedge his feet in there and climb down to this shelf. So me, of course, I had on some what they called stoner boots, the Colorado hiking boots, and they did not have gummy soles. So I was unable to get my foot to stay in this crack that would enable me to get a hold of those handholds. So I found myself hanging off the side of a cliff. One foothold and a couple of handholds. Really no way to climb back up. I lowered myself down to that foothold using my hand strength. I really didn't have any way to get back up or down at this point. So I'm just hanging there. Now, here's the really strange part. Okay, so I hear a voice. Now, my cousin, he's way over here. It's not my cousin. Okay, I hear a voice, not like in my head voice, I mean a voice, actual voice, said, let go. And I laughed. I mean, I laughed out loud. I'm like, let go? You have to be crazy. I am hanging on the side of a cliff. Maybe you haven't noticed that. I let go? Yeah, okay, right. So I'm still hanging there. I mean, still like wondering what the hell? Well, that voice spoke to me again, and it said, let go. And this time, I let go. I let go of that rock that I was holding on to. And I found myself on that shelf with my back against the cliff wall on that side. And when I looked out in front of me, all I saw was blue. I mean, like there was nothing there for, well, I didn't bend over and look, but it's quite a ways down, let's just say. And at that point, I did kind of wonder why I wasn't turned around so I could get my hands on the shelf. But to be honest with you, I didn't really quite understand what had just happened. And my cousin, who was standing there with his eyes as big as a couple of dinner plates, says, how did you do that? Well, I didn't know really what happened there. And I just laughed and I said, hell if I know. And we went on about our business and went up to the top of the mountain that we were seeking, and we smoked a joint. And to be honest with you, I never really thought about it that much for almost 20 years. I jumped off the back of my pickup truck. And when I hit the ground, I had to bend my knees quite a bit. You know, I mean, you don't jump off of something even 2 or 3 feet, and if you hit the ground, it's going to jolt the crap out of you if you don't bend your knees. When that happened, I realized that shelf was several feet down, and not only that, but it was nowhere near directly underneath me, which in and of itself defies every law of gravity that there is. My knees didn't bend. I landed on that shelf as soft as a feather. And I didn't fall straight down. When I let go, again, I ended up on that shelf. Now, if you or anyone out there, I don't care who you are, can explain to me how that happened without the existence of God, tell me, show me, prove me wrong.